WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, ESPN 790 AM with Colin Coward and The Herd, weekday mornings from 9 a.m. till noon.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
This is Larry Ray, and I'm on location this morning. I'm down in the Gulf of Mexico fishing, deep sea fishing, and I've got Ron Wong, my man Ron. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Larry. How are you this morning? Good to see that you're there, but you know, you have to hurry home this Saturday so you can attend another fish fry tonight.
I'm coming back this afternoon, and I'll be at the show. I'll be at the show this weekend. So setting out, but today is deep fishing day, and we're getting ready to take off here. We've had a little rain in the area, but I want to bring in Mike Jones. Come on in here, Mike. Mike has kind of set up this trip for me and my wife Miriam to be down here, and I'm going to let Mike kind of explain what we're doing down here. Mike Jones is with the Mississippi Tourism Department and Department of Tourism. Been with since 1992. Wow! I know a lot of you folks have met Mike and his wife Laura down here with us, and tell our listeners, Mike, a little bit about who we're fishing with today and what we're going to be fishing for.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. We're down here fishing with Sonny Schindler with Shore Thing Charters, and going to be going out into the marsh and fishing for some trout and redfish, and hopefully get on some triple tail.
Oh, wow, that sounds fun, and I love that marsh fishing, too, because it's my kind of fishing. So
it's your kind of fishing.
I'll have to make the next trip.
Yeah, we'll get you down here, Ron, because really this area was devastated by Katrina. It's hard to believe 10 years ago, Katrina roared through here. Everything is new. I mean, it's the first time I've been down here since Katrina, and it's just amazing to see all the new growth. Everything's coming back. The Silver Slipper Casino is open down here, and a lot of people are able to stay there. In fact, Captain Sonny has worked up a deal with them that you can stay there and fish with him. It's a wonderful thing. The boat we're out of today has got a 300 Yamaha on the back of it, and maybe Mike can describe the facility here a little better than I can.
Yeah, Sonny fishes right here out of Bayou Caddy, and also he can pick you up in the marina there in Bay St. Louis if you want to stay up around in Bay St. Louis. But he's mainly fishing out of this area, going over to the marsh, or fishing some of the reefs and all around inshore. It just depends on the weather and what you want to fish for.
Well, that inshore fishing is also a lot of fun, and I know a lot of our listeners enjoy going down to that area. So I recommend that, people look up Sure Thing Charters there near Biloxi and out of Bay St. Louis to do some of that fishing, because that's always fun fishing. You don't have to have a lot of different kind of tackle to do everything, and it's pretty easy to catch those fish too, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun fishing for them.
What are you guys using this time of the year?
Well, we'll be using some live shrimp, just some live bait, and we've got some crab and stuff when we start fishing some of the reefs.
Yeah, will you be using live croakers too, the small live croakers?
Sir. Yes.
Yeah, they always work good. They make a funny sound and kind of draw up them fish. So, now, what is the season? Is there a season, or is this year-round that you can go out and do this kind of fishing in the marsh and inshore?
Spring, early fall, it's great. Of course, we're right here in the summertime, and so far, the bite's been, very good. Sonny was talking about, different places they've been catching a lot of fish. So, just really, just any time.
Now, the trout are always good, too, this time of the year, aren't they? They'll move in and out of the marsh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he's been catching, some good-sized trout here lately.
Oh, wow. And are you using bait for that also, or can you use lures like spinners and grubs and stuff like that?
You can use some lures. I've fished with him before, fishing lures. I think, this trip, we're going to start out with live shrimp.
All right. Well, that always works good, and that's usually a sure bite. There's a lot of different kind of fish that's in that area. I know that'll like live shrimp. Now, do you use it under a popping cork, or do you just throw it and bottom fish?
We'll do both. Getting around the marsh area, use the corks.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, and of course, a lot of that fish is also very good eating too, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people come down there, not only to have fun catching them, but some of the fish, like the triple tails and even the trout, are really good eating fish.
It's very good. Triple tail is probably one of the best down here.
Well, I was telling Larry that I hope he catches some this morning, so when he comes back today that we'll have some triple tail to cook up.
I hope so.
Now,
Ryan, this is me back. I want to let the people know before we get out of here, because we're getting ready to set out and try to catch some fish. I'll try to call back a little bit later in the show, somewhere around 7. Let's see what we're doing. But this is Sure Thing Fishing Charters. They've been in business since 2003, which means they were here before Katrina.
Right.
And you're talking to folks who live in the area and know the waters. They know how to do it. You can get them at 228-342-2206. Shore, that's SHORE thing, fishing charters. Sure Thing Fishing Charters. And for you folks in the Mid-South, you probably remember that name. They have been to the Mid-South Sports Boat and Show back in February that we have. And familiar with what's going on this weekend at the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza. So these guys have 4 or 5 boats. I can't remember how many, but we're in a big one. I can tell you that. This thing can take some waves, and we're going to run out to the first marker, I understand, where there's lots and lots of triple jacks and maybe a few sea bass, but I know that they've got some saltwater catfish. Now, I've never heard of that.
All I'm going to tell you is be careful when you get one of them catfish around you, because if they sting you, it's going to hurt for a while. And it's not a pleasant feeling, so you want to be really careful with those.
Well, that's why we have Captain Sonny here. Yeah, because he's going to take care of us and get us away from those things and everything like that. But you guys, I appreciate you. I know I'm going to try to check back in about 7 o'clock if I can. Ron has got some great guests. Man, Bob Brown
we got
You're going to talk to Joe Opanger, FLW. Ron and
Casey Ashley, the Bassmaster.
And Casey Ashley is what I'm leading up to, the 2015 Classic champion who was going to be in Memphis today.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and see him.
Yeah, at the Bass Pro Shop, the existing store, Ron. Be sure and say that now. Isn't that where it's going to be? I think it is at the existing store.
Yes.
I got to make sure on that. I don't think it's at the Pointy House. But anyway, Ron Long, thank you for doing this, buddy, and I will.
Hey, I'm having a good time because we're talking fishing.
Oh, I know you are. And we're going to bring you some fish back for you to cook for me and show me how to cook these things, right?
I'll do it.
All right, buddy. All right, Greg Ragland.
We'll see you later on.
We'll check to you later on. Okay.
We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
All right, Larry's having fun, and here we are. Let me also just say before we move on, today's show is brought to you in part by Gaston's White River Resort, Barton's Power Sports in West Memphis, and Jonesboro, and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. And oh, by the way, let me remind you to come out to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza today. I'll be out there after I go and visit at the existing Bass Pro Shop to see Casey Ashley. And at 1 o'clock, I'll be doing a seminar there at the Agri Center at the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing Extravaganza. And it's time to take our first break of the morning.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back with more Outdoors with Larry Ray here on ESPN 790.